All right, welcome back everybody. My name is Alex. This is the Single Track Sampler, and today I'm here on a camping weekend with my good friend Daniel.
What's up?
Daniel and I have been mountain bike buddies for a long time now, and he has recently taken on, he's worked in the outdoor industry for a long time, but has recently taken on a 9-to-5 job. And with that, he wanted to make a sort of vehicle that allowed him to maximize his weekends. So today we're going to tour his, what type of truck is it?
It's a Tacoma.
His Toyota Tacoma that he is outfitted for ultimate weekend adventures. So Daniel, take it away. How long have you had this again? You had a Jeep before this.
Yeah, I had a Jeep Cherokee before this, which I loved. Like the four-wheel drive and stuff was great. So this is definitely like a downgrade as far as off-road capability, but as far as
Functionality.
yeah, functionality, fuel economy, like this makes so much more sense. Also, it's a Tacoma, which is known to last like 250,000 miles or better.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that was super reliable. I wanted to go out west on like my vacation weekends and stuff, or like weeks off that I could get. And take
Yeah,
off.
you've already taken this a lot of places.
Yeah.
Where have you?
So we drove back in May. I finished grad school. We went through Texas out to like New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and then back across the Midwest. Yep. And every weekend it goes to North Carolina, it seems like.
Yeah. So you live in Atlanta and you do a lot of outdoor activities throughout the Southeast. Right now we are up in Tennessee. What's the town called?
I think it's Oliver Springs.
Oliver Springs, and we camped out here at Windrock Bike Park for the weekend to ride and just hang out. And yeah, so anything special about the actual car itself? I know you have a super cool setup in the back that we're gonna take a look at, but
Yeah, I mean, as far as the truck itself, it's a standard Tacoma.
Okay.
This is the Desert Pre-Runner Edition, which means it's a two-wheel drive, but it's got a locking rear diff, and then it's also got like skid plates and stuff underneath. So
okay,
like while it's not a four-wheel drive, I can still get like pretty rugged with it and not
Okay.
have to worry about it.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's take a look. My tent is actually right here in front of it. I thought it was pretty funny juxtaposition. So this is currently my camping setup outside of my car, as most everyone on the channel knows by now. Looking to change that soon. But and I'm looking to get into a van, but I like talking to people that have things other than vans, because van life is such a popular thing now that some people might get the idea that that's how you have to do it. But we got Daniel here to prove us otherwise. He has, well, how long was that trip? Like a month?
Yeah, that was like 3 weeks.
He's done like 3 weeks in the back of his truck with his girlfriend, and it's just perfect. It's amazing what you can do with such little space, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
So let's take a look.
Yeah, it's got the kayak rack up top for kayaks, and I have a shower that I can mount up here that's like a solar heated shower. But
That's one cool thing that he doesn't have right now. It's actually, can you explain it though?
yeah, so it's a big like 4-inch PVC pipe that just mounts right up here, and then I've got fittings on it to pressurize it using like a bike pump or whatever you want to do.
And it just heats up from the sun, right?
Yeah, it's a black pipe, so it heats
Right.
up in the sun, and then the hose comes out the front, and I've got poles like inside of these things, so I pull the caps off, pull the poles out, and we put a little tarp up around us.
That's so,
And then we have a
it's
shower
so
head right there.
clever.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Such a simple setup.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're coming around to the back. Notice that he's got Good Taste in stickers. All right, so here we are at the back of the truck, and you'll see it's a very simple setup. It's the back of the truck, but it's highly functional, and that's really what we're all about. It's not about, some people I think get caught up in the van life in like tricking out the van and high tech gadgets and all that stuff. But for the people that were already living the life before they had that vehicle, it's really all about functionality and just getting to go do the things that you want to do. Van life isn't the thing that I want to do, it's the thing that lets me do the things I want to do. That was kind of wordy.
Yeah.
But all right, tell us what's going on back here.
So I mean, it's a truck, right? And you just scroll through Craigslist long enough, and wait it out. You'll find a camper shell for less than $500. Like I paid.
Oh yeah, you didn't start with the camper top.
No, yeah. So I bought the truck by itself, and then threw this on here. It was like $250 maybe. I had to drive
That's
like a couple
awesome.
hours to get it, but the color match, and it's got this higher top right here, so that I can sit up a little higher when I'm in the bed.
I did notice that.
Yeah, I wanted something that was a little
Starts
taller.
low, gets high.
And I thought about buying a brand new one, but I mean, from a pragmatic standpoint, you're talking $1,500 for a camper
Yep.
shell, and
Yep.
the resale value of that is $500 as soon as you put it on your truck.
Right.
So I didn't want to deal with all that, and this is way cheaper.
What type of bike rack is this?
It's like the Thule 2-bike tray rack, whatever.
So he's got a Thule bike rack that can lay down, which gives him access to the back of the truck, which is super important. Got his bike on here in cowboy boots hung up. That's very authentic. All right, so what we got going on inside?
So inside, we got some handy dandy little string lights that we got at Walmart for like $5. They've got all sorts
I
of
didn't even
fun
know that.
party modes in here.
That's sick.
But that's like the main lights we use. But if you need more light, you've got the basic press buttons that you get at Home Depot.
Do you have a separate battery to power all that?
No, these are all like battery powered, and I have like a stash of batteries right here for everything that I keep.
Oh, cool.
So I've got all my batteries just stored back here. And then I wanted something that I could like take in and out of the truck, like so
Right.
if my girlfriend needs to move and I need to help her move some furniture, I wanted to be able to take the whole thing out.
Oh,
so,
this is all modular, right?
yeah. So like there's 3 pieces here basically. It's these 2 side pieces are identical, and then the center piece right here actually can come up and slide out if I want it to, and I can drop it down and I have like the full height of the truck. So
Oh, you can take it off of this little ledge and
Yeah.
put it underneath here?
yeah,
That's sick,
and
dude.
I can.
So you can actually still use it as a truck?
Yeah, I can still use it as a truck, and then that also allows me to lock these up. So I've got these little things on the tailgate here, these little shed locks, and I can lock that.
Oh, so
thing
you
up.
can keep stuff safe
Yeah,
underneath
so
it.
now you can't open the tailgate and get anything out. So if I'm on a 3-day backpacking trip and the truck's parked in the trailhead, I don't have to worry about someone busting into the back of my truck.
This is really well thought out.
Yeah.
Daniel actually we were just talking about how he's done a lot of research, and he and I have talked about the van life for a long time in the past. So he definitely has done his research, and then he on top of that is definitely more handy than I am. You built all this yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, you spend maybe $50 on plywood at Home Depot, and I've got parents that have tools, but even not, like, you can buy a cheap table saw. I did this all
Right.
with like a hand saw and like a drill, and that was it.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
super
cool.
easy. Underneath all my storage, got cold beers.
Whoa, less now than you had
Yeah.
last night.
This is all my cooking setup. I've got all my like dry food.
I appreciated that
storage
this
under there.
morning when we were eating, because that's basically the same thing
Mooch.
I do. Always keeping the food in like one container,
Yeah.
all your food stuffs.
Yeah,
it's
it makes it
super
a lot
handy.
easier to like. I mean, that's the biggest thing with any car camping setup is staying
Organization,
organized,
yeah.
right? And that's what I wanted out of this. I wanted to be able to have modular components I could take in and out and put back. And so that's all just tied up so that it doesn't come off and slide to the front of the bed.
Cool.
Bike gear, clothes are in a suitcase back there.
That's actually a super important for anyone that doesn't. This type of bag is really, really good for on the road, because you can keep something organized, but also let it dry and breathe and
Yeah,
not get insanely
for sure.
stinky inside of a waterproof, duffel.
Especially if you're in the southeast.
Yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
it's so humid here that nothing dries out. Out west, I just like hang it on my kayak rack.
Yeah,
and, like, 2
yeah.
hours later, it's
And it's not gonna ever get like that sweaty out west anyway.
right,
But
yeah. But here it's dripping wet, especially in the
Yeah.
summer. Speaking of like temperature, I've got the Reflectix here, and it's just Velcro to the windows. I cut it all out and like put it in all the windows. So like last night it probably got down to what, like 40, 35, something.
yeah,
like
it was low. It was under 40 for sure.
Yeah, and
But for people that don't know, what is Reflectix?
Reflectix is just like this bubble wrap basically that they put tinfoil on both sides of, and it's like this radiant reflective heating. So like it keeps my body heat inside the truck rather
Right.
than letting it all come out through the windows,
Yeah, most van setups will have two, like, you'll see the same 2 layers on all of them. You'll have a
Yeah.
deadener, which is to keep the van from rattling, and then you'll have a layer of Reflectix to help start insulating.
And then up at the front, I got like a little shelf there. That's where like the wallet. And
Oh, I didn't even notice
hat
that.
and stuff go. I've got a fan mounted up there that is not optimal, but it works. And yeah, the fan is important because you'll see right now there's still like condensation on the roof from sleeping in it last night.
Right.
And when you have like you and a girlfriend in here like breathing, it gets really, really wet in there. Just from like your breath condensating on the roof. So I've seen guys put like carpet up here to help kind of absorb some of that so it's not dripping on you in the night. But
yeah.
When it's just being by myself, it's not bad.
You've got the Reflectix all the way down in there.
Yeah.
It's super spacious in here, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and the tapered roof is really helpful. You know, I put my feet down at that end where it's lower.
Right.
And my head goes up here. So I can actually sit up and like get sort of dressed in here.
Yeah.
Before I climb out into the cold weather.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super clutch, because if the roof was all that height, that would have
I mean, if it was
a little rough.
Yeah, that'd be so low right here. And like
you're a tall guy.
Climbing in and out is kind of the hardest part.
Right.
I was telling you last night, like with Faye in here, you only have like this much width to climb into, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've also got these bike mounts here.
I saw that.
So when I'm in like a city or something and I don't feel comfortable leaving my bike like outside, even with a lock on it, you know, on this rack, it's still like someone can come up, clip that lock.
Yeah, that lock ain't nothing in Atlanta.
But if they can't even see the bike and it's in here, that's a way better deal, right? So I drop this down and I can slide the bike in there.
Oh, right, because
it's really nice. Like this whole thing, you know, since it like lifts up and slides out, I can like slide it out, put my bike on it, slide it back in. It's
that's
like a
sick.
Big drawer.
So you can have people inside, you can have bikes inside, and then underneath is all the things that you need. What's in the far left pocket?
Like this is just like the catch-all. This is like fly fishing stuff and batteries and dirty clothes.
Okay.
And over here is usually water. I've got my bike tools there.
I was about to ask where you have bike tools.
Yep. So I keep all my bike stuff there. And then like I've got cubbies on the side. See if I can get to one.
Really?
Yeah. So I've got these. See if I can fold that back and keep it there. If you want to hold that, then
yeah,
you can see this. So
oh, neat.
It's got all these little cubbies there. I think that one's empty. It's got like
just for easier access into the deep areas.
Yeah, well,
that's super important.
Stuff like first aid kits, like the big medical first aid kits, I keep
right
in there.
And you have a second one back there.
Yeah, I've got 3 on each side. If I could redo anything, it would probably be this. I would make them a little bigger so that I could fit bigger items through that little hole down at the bottom.
I was talking about that with the last van tour that I did, about the importance of where you access the different space from, you know.
And it's nice because that would be dead space otherwise, right?
Exactly.
So like when I went out west, I had spare tires and sealant in there. I had
right
like spare brake rotors, I think I still have up there, you know, like
right.
That's the stuff that I'm not going to touch every day, so I put it all up there.
Yeah. What's this little, what's this right here?
This thing?
Yeah.
This is the control for the twinkle lights.
Okay, okay.
The party lights.
And all the lights have their own batteries, so it's not pulling on your car battery.
Yeah, and really there's no like complicated wiring, no solar system. Like, I wanted it to be, like if I wanted to turn this truck back into a normal truck in 4 hours, I could totally do that. I could take this off, take all this out. I mean, this wood stuff, like the only thing that's holding this to the bed is this little hinge right here.
Really?
Yeah, you pull that screw out, flip that up, and then you pull all of this out.
You can just take all the wood out.
Yep. That's the only thing that's holding all that in there.
And then tell us about your bed here.
Oh, this bed.
Because you were pretty stoked on it.
It is the best.
You made me jealous as I was getting into my tent last night.
It is the best $150 I ever spent. It's a 4-inch memory foam mattress topper that I bought it at Target. And then we just bought some cheap sheets.
Super comfy.
So it's more comfortable than my bed at home. Like I look forward to sleeping in here more than sleeping in my own bed.
And all your, that. What's happening in here right now is the beauty of having a permanent setup.
Yeah.
So after I finish filming this video, I have to go take down my tent. And I have to fold up my Paco pad. I've already packed up my sleeping bag. Daniel doesn't have to do anything. Yeah, like that's what's so cool. And we were talking about it last night when we pulled in. You know, I have to stop and set up things before we go to eat, but he just has to park. And he said, you know, during the trip out west, that was amazingly convenient.
Yeah, we use freecampsites.net, and
I love that site.
Yeah, you find campsites that are beautiful that you would never have seen otherwise, right? So we would just be like, all right, we're feeling pretty tired. Freecampsites.net, find the closest one.
Park, hop in.
Park, jump in.
So cool, so convenient.
Yep. And
Dang.
Faye is a lot better at keeping it clean and organized than I am, so
Yeah.
it's good to have her with me. But
And you get to have all these amazing plush pillows and blankets and Afghans. You know, I'm just rocking a sleeping bag in the tent. It's, you know, I'm not complaining. I had a great night's sleep last night, but yeah, there's definitely plenty of goodness. So tell me this, how much do you think this cost you?
camper shell included, it maybe cost me like $400.
That's amazing.
And
That's
the
so
camper shell
cool.
was 250 or 300 of that.
That's so insane.
And the bike rack's expensive, but most people are gonna have a bike rack anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean that's amazing. So, you know, I think it's an amazing option. Everyone has seen Seth starting to make his build. For people that already have trucks, for people that are going out and doing the weekend warrior trips, they're working a 9 to 5 during the week and they want to maximize the weekends, I really think that this is an amazing setup. You know, you don't have to have an actual van that's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and months of prep work to create to go out and have these adventures. You really don't. Any advice for someone that's looking to do it?
Just go.
Just do it.
Yeah, like,
because you actually
find
you
a way to
did
make it work.
yeah,
right?
you did a lot of research on van life, and I remember you mulling over what you were going to do with your
Yeah.
Jeep before all this.
Yep.
And then finally you just bought this top and did it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much easier than you ever think that it would be. And like, don't be afraid of not being handy. Like, this is literally plywood. You can look up videos on how to make this kind of stuff. I stole this from I think it's Desk to Dirtbag.
Yeah.
So he was like an
That's
office
cool.
guy, same thing, like same situation. He had an office job, he needed to get out, and so I would just copy his design and then put like little improvements where I wanted to, you know, customize it to you. But
Yeah, then that's from Pinterest.
yeah, exactly. Seriously, I have like a whole truck life Pinterest board. I've got a van life Pinterest board.
I know, you
know,
showed me your
different
van
when
life
that
one.
ever
It's
happens.
awesome.
Yeah. So like, yeah, just come up with ideas, like look around, do your research, and I mean, it's super easy. Like, there's no reason.
And it's an
someone can't do this.
amazing convenience. Are there any downsides that you know that you can think of?
I mean, versus van life, there's
No, not
easy
versus
enough,
van
but,
life,
like,
just any downsides to this.
not really. I mean, I really enjoy it. The worst thing is maybe like if it's raining and I need to cook.
Okay, I could
That's-
see that.
That's a hard part. But worst
That
comes
might be
worst,
one thing
I
the
can kinda,
tent
like,
has above
lay
you,
down
because
and
I can
sit.
actually cook in a vestibule.
Well, I can drop that down. I've got the full height.
Oh,
I
and you
just
could cook
here.
right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like worst comes to worst, I can do it, but it's just like a lot of moving pieces. Right. I
Right.
pull everything out from underneath and put it up top. And,
Yeah, I think that might be
Yeah.
so when you're working in smaller spaces, such as this, moving things around is just a little bit more difficult. You know, the less space you have to work with, the more particular you have to be about where things go, and the harder it is to access things.
yeah.
Like,
And,
you can definitely fit enough things that you need, but they're going to be harder to get to, which is why the way you access space is so important, like those little holes in the side.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Daniel and I, you know, the back of this truck is more than enough room to fit all the things that we could ever want for a trip.
Yeah.
It's just, how do you get to them, you know, easily? How do you get to the stuff that is all the way in the back underneath?
So my trick for that is the hooker.
Whoa, when were you going to tell me about this? What is
Stick with
this?
the hook on the end, dude. You just reach way back in there,
What?
grab onto whatever you need, and pull that out.
No way.
She's a good hooker.
How long have you had the need for that? Like, when did you decide you needed to come up with
I crawled
that?
underneath that thing to get like a shoe from the very front. I was
Oh
like,
my
"You know what,
gosh.
Faye, I need a hooker. She's like,
That's
what?
that's freaking gold, dude.
And there it is,
Wait, do it again.
the hooker. You know, you just reach in there, grab whatever you need, and bam, pull it out.
That's so great. And where does that just lives down
Yeah,
there?
it just lives right here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, now you're gonna need a hooker for your hooker. You threw that
No,
thing
it
way
can't
back.
go back too far. It's long enough that I can always reach in there and get it.
That's genius. See, it's little things like that I love.
Yeah.
Little things like that like are born of necessity from
Yeah.
life on the road you'll never figure out from a Pinterest board.
No.
You can't know that type of thing until you're actually out on the
Yeah, I
road.
remember like first time I crawled back in there, and it's so narrow that you can't like shimmy back out. I'm like, hey, grab my ankles. And I'm like, pull me out.
Oh, that's great, dude.
Yeah, that from then on, I was like, I need something to reach back in there. Yeah,
Cool, dude.
it's fun.
Well, I really appreciate you giving us the tour of the truck. I hope you guys have been enjoying these alternative living adventure mobile tours as much as I have. I love seeing everyone's different setup, what they use it for, and it's always just encouraging to hear how easy it is, because for me personally it just feels very daunting, and to just hear from someone that the most important thing is to just get at it, just start it, is pretty encouraging. And this sort of setup goes to show that you don't need much. You know, if you got a truck, you're good to go. So yeah, thanks for the tour, dude.
No problem, dude.
And it's time for us to go ride. The next video is going to be a riding video at Windrock, and I assure you it is going to be rad, because Windrock is ridiculous. This is his first time here, and yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous place to have in the Southeast. But yeah, we'll see you there. Until then, you guys know what to do. Live free, ride hard, and get stoked.